Guys, it's Kieran from The Fundamental Body. This video is for those of you that are looking to increase your performance in any sport, whether that's lifting weights, whether it's running, whether it's soccer, Gaelic, hurling, golf, whatever. Okay? There's a certain principle that you guys need to understand if you want to take the most out of your performance and really maximize your results. Or maybe you've got to a certain level in your distance running, in your 5, 10k or your marathon, and you can't seem to break a plateau. Maybe it's the same with a squat or with a deadlift or maybe some chin-ups. Maybe you're just stuck at a certain level and you can't seem to get better even though you're trying to add in more training and more volume and it just doesn't seem to work. Okay, the fundamental principle that you guys need to understand is efficiency. Okay, there's a reason why some people are better than lifting weights than you, and there's a reason why some other people are better than running than you. Maybe they are genetically a little bit better, but at the end of the day, it's going to come down to one thing, and that's the efficiency you have in your joint mechanics and your muscles. So maybe someone does a squat and is way more efficient at doing that exercise than the same weight that you do it with. It's going to be easier for them to do it. The same reason why someone who can run a 10k in 30 minutes can run it so easily, because they're efficient at the running movement itself. Compared to someone who does a 10k in 45 or 50 minutes, they still train the same amount as the person that does the 10k, but they're just too inefficient. So what we're looking for is efficiency and a better power output in your joints and in your muscles. So how do we get a better joint muscle efficiency to produce a better performance? Well, what you've got to understand is that there's a unique relationship between stability and mobility within your muscles and within your joints. Okay, mobility is the ability of your joint capsule to move freely in a certain direction, and stability is the ability of your joints to lock in that direction and resist some force. So, in order for you to have the most efficient movement mechanics and therefore increase your performance, you have to have the right amount of mobility to stability in certain joints. So I'm going to show you a really cool and unique way of how you can remember this and how you can take it forward into your training. If you pop out your hand, put it in front of your table or your desk, wherever this is at the moment, and what you're going to see here is this is going to be a replication for pretty much all the joints in your body. When you have stability in a joint, it's locked down and it's tight. It's trying to resist force. When you have mobility, it's going to be loose. So what we're looking for is a unique combination of both to create the most efficiency and the most power output. So here's what it would look like if you were too stable and too stiff. Maybe you do a lot of running or a lot of training in the gym and you don't do enough foam rolling or stretching or mobility work. Your muscle mechanics will look something like this. All stability and a little bit of power output. Okay? So not too efficient. Now look at someone who has a lot of mobility in their joints. These are generally the people that are super flexible, that can bend themselves into all sorts of shapes. They're going to be really mobile. They pull the finger back and there's not that much force production from this. Now let's look at someone who's following a proper strength and conditioning program, doing their mobility work and then locking it in with some newfound stability. They're going to have the stability, they're also going to have that mobility, and let's look what happens. A really strong force output. Okay, so once again, someone who has loads of stability, no mobility, too tight, too locked in, no movement. The person who has all the mobility, but no stability or motor control, is going to look real gangly and will lose a lot of efficiency. And the perfect scenario of someone who has a unique combination of both in the right amounts in certain joints is the most powerful and most efficient athlete in the training. So the way you want to train it is to do your mobility work and then lock it in with some stability.